Then the 7 Brahmin seers thought, "Who is walking up and down in the courtyard of the 7 Brahmin seers like a village lout, speaking thus, 'Where have those worthy Brahmin seers gone? Where have those worthy Brahmin seers gone? Let us curse him.'" Then the 7 Brahmin seers cursed the seer devil of the dark thus, "Be ashes, vile one! Be ashes, vile one!" But the more the 7 Brahmin seers cursed him, the more comely, beautiful, and handsome the seer devil of the dark became. Then the 7 Brahmin seers thought, "Our asceticism is in vain. Our holy life is fruitless, for formerly when we cursed anyone thus, 'Be ashes, vile one, be ashes, vile one,' he always became ashes. But the more we curse this one, the more comely, beautiful, and handsome he becomes. Your asceticism is not in vain, sirs. Your holy life is not fruitless. But, sirs, put away your hatred towards me." "We have put away our hatred towards you, sir. Who are you?" "Have you heard of the seer devil of the dark, sirs?" "Yes, sir." "I am he, sirs." Then the 7 Brahmin seers went to the seer devil of the dark and paid homage to him. Then he said to them, "Sirs, I heard that while the 7 Brahmin seers were dwelling in leaf huts in the forest, this pernicious view arose in them. Brahmins are the highest caste, heirs of Brahma." "That is so, sir." "But, sirs, do you know if the mother who bore you went only with a Brahmin and never with a non-Brahmin?" "No, sir." "But, sirs, do you know if your mother's mothers back to the 7th generation went only with Brahmins and never with non-Brahmins?" "No, sir." "But, sirs, do you know if the father who begot you went only with a Brahmin woman and never with a non-Brahmin woman?" "No, sir." "But, sirs, do you know if your father's fathers back to the 7th generation went only with Brahmin women and never with non-Brahmin women?" "No, sir." "But, sirs, do you know how the descent of an embryo comes about?" "Sir, we know how the descent of an embryo comes about. Here there is the union of the mother and the father, and the mother is in season, and the Gandhabba is present. Thus the descent of an embryo comes about through the union of these 3 things. Then, sirs, do you know for sure whether that Gandhabba is a noble, or a Brahmin, or a merchant, or a worker?" "Sir, we do not know for sure whether that Gandhabba is a noble, or a Brahmin, or a merchant, or a worker. That being so, sirs, then what are you?" "That being so, sir, we do not know what we are." Now, Asalayana, even those 7 Brahmin seers, on being pressed and cross-questioned by the seer devil of the dark, on their own assertion about birth, were unable to support it. But how shall you, on being pressed and cross-questioned by me now, on your assertion about birth, be able to support it? You who rely on the teacher's doctrines are not even fit to be their spoon-holder punna." When this was said, the Brahmin student Asalayana said to the Blessed One, "Magnificent, Master Gotama, magnificent, Master Gotama. From today, let Master Gotama remember me as a lay follower who has gone to him for refuge for life." 94. Gotamukha Sutta. To Gotamukha. Summary. A discussion between a Brahmin and a bhikkhu on whether the renunciate life accords with the Dhamma. Thus have I heard. On one occasion, the Venerable Udena was living at Benares in the Kemia mango grove. Now on that occasion, the Brahmin Gotamukha had arrived in Benares for some business or other. As he was walking and wandering for exercise, he came to the Kemia mango grove. At the time, the Venerable Udena was walking up and down in the open. Then the Brahmin Gautamukha went up to the Venerable Udena and exchanged greetings with him. When this courteous and amiable talk was finished, still walking up and down with the Venerable Udena, he said this: "Worthy recluse, there is no wanderer's life that accords with the Dhamma. So it seems to me here, and that may be because I have not seen such venerable ones as yourself, or because I have not seen the Dhamma here." When this was said, the Venerable Udena stepped down from the walk and went into his dwelling, where he sat down on a seat made ready. And Gautamukha too stepped down from the walk and went into the dwelling, where he stood at one side. Then the Venerable Udena said to him, "There are seats, Brahmin, sit down if you wish." We did not sit down because we were waiting for Master Udena to speak, for how could one like myself presume to sit down on a seat without first being invited to do so? Then the Brahmin Gautamukha took a low seat, sat down at one side, and said to the Venerable Udena, "Worthy recluse, there is no wanderer's life that accords with the Dhamma, so it seems to me here, and that may be because I have not seen such venerable ones as yourself, or because I have not seen the Dhamma here." Brahmin, if you think any statement of mine is to be agreed with, then agree with it. If you think any statement of mine is to be argued against, then argue against it, and if you do not understand the meaning of any statement of mine, ask me to clarify it thus: "How is this, Master Udena? What is the meaning of this?" In this way we can discuss this matter. Master Udena, if I think any statement of Master Udena's is to be agreed with, I shall agree with it. If I think any statement of his is to be argued against, I shall argue against it, and if I do not understand the meaning of any statement of Master Udena's, then I shall ask Master Udena to clarify it thus: "How is this, Master Udena? What is the meaning of this?" In this way let us discuss this matter. Brahmin, there are 4 kinds of persons to be found existing in the world. What 4? Persons who torment themselves and also others, persons who do not torment themselves and others. But, Master Udena, the kind of person who does not torment himself or pursue the practice of torturing himself, and who does not torment others or pursue the practice of torturing others, who, since he torments neither himself nor others, is here and now hungerless, extinguished and cooled, and abides experiencing bliss, having himself become holy, he does not torment and torture either himself or others, both of whom desire pleasure and recoil from pain. That is why this kind of person satisfies my mind. Brahmin, there are 2 kinds of assembly. What 2? Here a certain assembly lusts after jewels and earrings, and seeks wives and children, men and women slaves, fields and land, gold and silver. But here a certain assembly does not lust after jewels and earrings, and having abandoned wives and children, men and women slaves, fields and land, gold and silver, has gone forth from the home life into homelessness. Now there is this kind of person who does not torment himself, or pursue the practice of torturing himself, and who does not torment others or pursue the practice of torturing others, who, since he torments neither himself nor others, is here and now hungerless, extinguished and cooled, and abides experiencing bliss, having himself become holy. In which of the 2 kinds of assembly do you usually see this person, Brahmin? In the assembly that lusts after jewels and earrings and seeks wives and children, men and women slaves, fields and land, gold and silver? Or in the assembly that does not lust after jewels and earrings, but having abandoned wives and children, has gone forth from the home life into homelessness? I usually see this kind of person, Master Udena, in the assembly that does not lust after jewels and earrings, but having abandoned wives and children, has gone forth from the home life into homelessness. But only just now, Brahmin, we understood you to say, "Worthy recluse, there is no wanderer's life that accords with the Dhamma." So it seems to me here, and that may be because I have not seen such venerable ones as yourself, or because I have not seen the Dhamma here. Certainly, Master Udena, it was in order to learn that I spoke those words. There is a wanderer's life that accords with the Dhamma. So it seems to me here, and may Master Udena remember me to have spoken thus. It would be good if, out of compassion, Master Udena would expound to me in detail those 4 kinds of persons he mentioned in brief. Then, Brahmin, listen and attend closely to what I shall say. Yes, sir, the Brahmin Gautamukha replied. The Venerable Udena said this: Brahmin, what kind of person torments himself and pursues the practice of torturing himself? Here, a certain person goes naked, and so on, and abides experiencing bliss, having himself become holy. When this was said, the Brahmin Gautamukha said to the Venerable Udena, Magnificent, Master Udena! Magnificent, Master Udena! Master Udena has made the Dhamma clear in many ways, as though he were turning upright what had been overthrown, revealing what was hidden, showing the way to one who is lost, or holding up a lamp in the dark for those with eyesight to see forms. I go to Master Udena for refuge, and to the Dhamma and to the Sangha of bhikkhus. From today let Master Udena remember me as a lay follower who has gone to him for refuge for life. Do not go to me for refuge, Brahmin. Go for refuge to that same blessed one to whom I have gone for refuge. Where is he living now, that Master Gotama, accomplished and fully enlightened, Master Udena? That blessed one, accomplished and fully enlightened, has attained final Nibbana, Brahmin. If we heard that Master Gotama was within 10 leagues, we would go 10 leagues in order to see that Master Gotama, accomplished and fully enlightened. If we heard that Master Gotama was within 20 leagues, 30 leagues, 40 leagues, 50 leagues, 100 leagues, we would go 100 leagues in order to see that Master Gotama, accomplished and fully enlightened. But since that Master Gotama has attained to final Nibbana, we go to that Master Gotama for refuge, and to the Dhamma, and to the Sangha of bhikkhus. From today, let Master Udena remember me as a lay follower who has gone for refuge for life. Now, Master Udena, the King of Anger gives me a daily donation. Let me give Master Udena 1 regular donation from that. What kind of regular daily donation does the King of Anger give you, Brahmin? 500 kahapanas, Master Udena. It is not allowable for us to accept gold and silver, Brahmin. If it is not allowable for Master Udena, I will have a monastery built for Master Udena. If you desire to have a monastery built for me, Brahmin, have an assembly hall built for the Sangha at Pataliputta. I am still more satisfied and pleased that Master Udena suggests that I give a gift to the Sangha, so with this regular donation and another regular donation, I shall have an assembly hall built for the Sangha at Pataliputta. Then, with that regular donation which he offered to Master Udena, and another regular donation added to it, the Brahmin Gautamukha had an assembly hall built for the Sangha at Pataliputta, and that is now known as the Gautamukhi. 95. Chanki Sutta, with Chanki. Summary. The Buddha instructs a young Brahmin on the preservation of truth, the discovery of truth, and the final arrival at truth. Thus have I heard. On one occasion the Blessed One was wandering in the Kosalan country with a large Sangha of bhikkhus, and eventually he arrived at a Kosalan Brahmin village named Upasada. There the Blessed One stayed in the God's Grove, the Sala tree grove to the north of Upasada. Now on that occasion the Brahmin Chanki was ruling over Upasada, a crown property, abounding in living beings, rich in grasslands, woodlands, waterways, and grain, a royal endowment, a sacred grant given to him by King Pasenadi of Kosala. The Brahmin householders of Upasada heard, "The recluse Gautama teaches the Dhamma and reveals a holy life that is utterly perfect and pure. Now it is good to see such arahants." Then the Brahmin householders of Upasada set forth from Upasada in groups and bands, and headed northwards to the god's grove, the Sala tree grove. Now on that occasion the Brahmin Chanki had retired to the upper story of his palace for his midday rest. Then he saw the Brahmin householders of Upasada setting forth from Upasada in groups and bands, and heading northwards to the god's grove, the Sala tree grove. When he saw them, he asked his minister, "Good minister, why are the Brahmin householders of Upasada setting forth from Upasada in groups and bands, and heading northwards to the god's grove, the Sala tree grove?" "Sir, there is the recluse Gautama, the son of the Sakyans, who went forth from a Sakyan clan, who has been wandering in the Kosalan country, teaching and revealing the holy life. They are going to see that Master Gautama." "Then, good minister, go to the Brahmin householders of Upasada and tell them, 'Sirs, the Brahmin Chanki says this.' Please wait, sirs. The Brahmin Chanki will also go to see the recluse Gautama." "Yes, sir," the minister replied, and he went to the Brahmin householders of Upasada and gave them the message. Now on that occasion 500 Brahmins from various states were staying at Upasada for some business or other. They heard, "The Brahmin Chanki, it is said, is going to see the recluse Gautama." Then they went to the Brahmin Chanki and asked him, "Sir, is it true that you are going to see the recluse Gautama?" "So it is, sirs. I am going to see the recluse Gautama." "Sir, do not go to see the recluse Gautama. It is not proper, Master Chanki, for you to go to see the recluse Gautama. Rather, it is proper for the recluse Gautama to come to see you. For you, sir, are well born on both sides, of pure maternal and paternal descent 7 generations back, unassailable and impeccable in respect of birth. Since that is so, Master Chanki, it is not proper for you to go to see the recluse Gautama. Rather, it is proper for the recluse Gautama to come to see you. You, sir, are rich with great wealth and great possessions. You, sir, are a master of the 3 Vedas with their vocabularies, liturgy, phonology and etymology, and the histories as a 5th. Skilled in philology and grammar, you are fully versed in natural philosophy and in the marks of a great man. You, sir, are handsome, comely and graceful, possessing supreme beauty of complexion, with sublime beauty and sublime presence, remarkable to behold. You, sir, are virtuous, mature in virtue, possessing mature virtue. You, sir, are a good speaker with a good delivery. You speak words that are courteous, distinct, flawless, and communicate the meaning. You, sir, teach the teachers of many, and you teach the recitation of the hymns to 300 Brahmin students. You, sir, are honoured, respected, revered, venerated, and esteemed by King Pasenadi of Kosala. You, sir, are honoured, respected, revered, venerated, and esteemed by the Brahmin Pokarasati. You, sir, rule over Upasada, a crown property, abounding in living beings, a sacred grant given to you by King Pasenadi of Kosala. Since this is so, Master Chanki, it is not proper for you to go to see the recluse Gautama. Rather, it is proper for the recluse Gautama to come to see you." When this was said, the Brahmin Chanki told those Brahmins, "Now, sirs, hear from me why it is proper for me to go to see Master Gautama, and why it is not proper for Master Gautama to come to see me. Sirs, the recluse Gautama is well born on both sides, of pure maternal and paternal descent 7 generations back, unassailable and impeccable in respect of birth. Since this is so, sirs, it is not proper for Master Gautama to come to see me. Rather, it is proper for me to go to see Master Gautama. Sirs, the recluse Gautama went forth, abandoning much gold and bullion stored away in vaults and in lofts.